Well, I think for the construction industry, it's a fundamental shift in how we're going to be involved in the solution. And in order for us to be involved in the solution, we have to be part of the discussion. Because our builders can build. I mean, we have a tremendously resilient and dynamic construction industry, and it's up for the challenge. But we need to make sure that we're at the table having discussions. We need to make sure that we're at events like this to talk to the municipalities about how they can continue to do things to make things easier for contractors to build. We need to break the logjam on permitting. We need to make sure that not only are the provincial agencies aligned on how they streamline the permitting process, but we also need to make sure that municipalities are also in sync with how we need to redefine the way permitting and those processes are done, because the timelines currently are unmanageable. They're not realistic to meet those timelines with the status quo. So we need to make sure that permitting is addressed. We also need to make sure that as we're undertaking these projects, from whether it's through BC Housing and a host of nonprofit housing associations, we need to make sure that they are also have their realities in check, and that they are issuing fair, open and transparent procurement, not onerous supplementary conditions on contracts. We just want fair and open dialogue, and we want manageable risk, not no risk. There has to be risk in the contractor community, but it needs to be manageable and it needs to be within reason. And finally, I would say the entire province can do the contractor community a favor by introducing prompt payment legislation. It's just unforgivable that this province at this current time doesn't have prompt payment legislation. Every province to our east, all the way to Ontario, has brought in prompt payment legislation. We're lagging behind in that area. If we truly want to commit to the construction community that needs to meet these objectives, it needs to get behind it with good policy.